Vikings beat the Packers. It's about time. Vikings tried to give that game away. They tried. Gus Frott threw 3 picks. Special teams failed. And Green Bay got a lot of points off of that. I mean, you look at Green Bay's actual offense, and they didn't really do anything. Minnesota's defense just owned them on Sunday, frankly. And the Green Bay defense played pretty well, but I mean, the picks were great, but Minnesota was able to move the ball, obviously. They couldn't stop the run the whole game, and that's what got them in the end. So it was kind of a crazy game, but you know, I don't think the Packers deserved to win that game. And you could argue that the Vikings didn't really deserve to win that game with all the mistakes that they made, but someone had to win, and I think Green Bay deserved it less. We saw some really good dominant play by Minnesota, but I didn't see anything that special by Green Bay that sticks out. And about the play where Aaron Rodgers throws the ball out of the end zone, and they call it a safety. I read somewhere that it had to do with recovering a fumble behind the line of scrimmage and then doing a forward pass, and something about involving the end zone. I don't really know the rule book that well, but so that's a possible explanation, but that could be wrong. And that would explain the illegal forward pass, which was called in the game. But now I think officially it's intentional grounding. And in looking at the play, you know, Rodgers isn't down, and he does throw the ball forward. He's outside of the pocket, and it gets pretty close to an eligible receiver. But I don't think it made it to the line of scrimmage, and that's key. It's got to make it to or past the line of scrimmage. And if you watch a replay, the line of scrimmage was on the 10-yard line, and that ball lands on the 8.5, 9-yard line best. So I do agree with the official explanation after the fact that it was intentional grounding. But Packers fans, if you want to debate that, or anyone else, that's fine with me. I'm just happy the Vikings won. 5-4, tied with the Bears. The division record is not that good, but we've got a chance to go to Tampa Bay and win a game. And if we can do that, we get Jacksonville, which has not looked all that great this year. We get Detroit again, and Arizona, which could be tricky, and the Giants, who hopefully won't have anything to play for. So, you know, some good things could happen down the stretch, and some bad things could happen. With this Tampa Bay team, they're coming off a bye. Minnesota's going there. It's a road game. And Garcia is a wily old veteran. He's been in the league for a long time. And even if the defense pressures him a lot and gets hits and hurries and sacks and knockdowns, he's going to keep his composure better throughout a game like that, I think, than perhaps Aaron Rodgers did last Sunday. So I don't think we can count on that being enough. Also, I read somewhere that they're getting Carnell Cadillac Williams back. And no one really runs on Minnesota that well, but a fast running back who tends to go to the sideline and cut up or catch short passes is the kind of running back that's dangerous against Minnesota defense. Winfield makes great plays as a cornerback to stop the run, but the linebacking core is not as strong as it was when E.J. Henderson was in at middle linebacker. Hate that injury. Lost for the season. With him and Greenway and Lieber, it was an amazing linebacking core in my opinion, but with Henderson out, a fast running back who can catch passes, kind of a Reggie Bush type, is the kind of running back that can hurt us. As far as their passing game, they ought to find some success against Minnesota, but I'm looking for the Minnesota defense to remain spectacular and hold up. Tampa Bay, I think, is only 12th against the run so far this year. So I think Adrian Peterson can get a lot done. And I love that they're using Chester Taylor more, throwing him short passes. I think he's really effective that way. Now, what would be nice is if the special teams could look the way they did 2 weeks ago against the Houston Texans. That's how they need to play. And if Gus Frerotte can not throw so many picks. It's nice that he lengthens the field. He throws it deep. It's not something Tavares Jackson did very often. But, you know, with those high-reward passes that we get sometimes, you're also going to get the high risk, and that will result in picks. So if Minnesota's offense, especially Gus Frerotte, can slow down and be patient the way I see Adrian Peterson being patient, they ought to hang around the whole game and have a chance to win it at some point in the fourth quarter. It's a scary game. It's tough. The Buccaneers are good. And I think we'll learn a lot about this Vikings team this week. I mean, to beat the Lions 12-10 only because Orlovsky ran out of the back of the end zone, and then to lose to the Giants 48-41, I mean, what is that? I don't even know what to think of this team. Sometimes they excite me, sometimes they really disappoint me. I haven't heard anything further about the Kevin and Pat Williams suspensions, but that could be terrible news if that happens. But if it's going to happen, I'd almost rather it happen this season when I don't really expect them to make any noise in the playoffs if they make it there, than to wait until next season, because next season there's hope. You know, there's always next season. So, we'll see what happens. I think it could go either way. I'll probably make some predictions and post those up before the game happens. If anyone has any comments or questions, you want to message me or leave comments below, whatever, I encourage that. That's cool. And Green Bay, tough luck. Sorry about the loss. You'll get 2 chances next year. I'm really happy the Vikings won. All right. Hey.